Hello folks, my name is RH131, and today we're going to be playing one of two Tier 10 German heavy tanks, the E-100. The E-100 is a very unique heavy tank. It's got the second biggest gun on a heavy tank in the game, behind the KV-2. Its 150mm gun has very good alpha, but very bad penetration. Now, most people find that with the E-100, the main problems they have is the gun they can't get to penetrate, so they have to use heat more often than they would like to, and they can't seem to find a way to angle the turret. Now, coming from the Tiger II and the E-75, the E-100 has a different playstyle. With the Tiger II and the E-75, more so the E-75, your turret was pretty much able to bounce everything from the front, as long as you kept moving and didn't expose your cupola. The E-100 is nice because it doesn't get a cupola, but unfortunately, it's only got 240mm of armor at the front of the turret, and the turret isn't really sloped at the front at all, so you're not going to get that much effective armor. To compensate for this, you're going to have to angle the turret at about a 45 to 30-60 degree angle. Now, to make up for the penetration, you are going to have to use heats, but the one thing that you can do to reduce the amount of heat you need to fire is aim for weak spots on tanks. Also, if you have a lot of heavily armored tanks that you're facing, try and let your allies do most of the shooting on them while you concentrate on tanks that have lighter armor. Now, as we're side-scraping around this corner here, we spot a Tortoise and an E3. Now, the E3 has a lot of armor, especially at the front, so we're going to have to use heat to penetrate him. But the reason I shot him instead of the Tortoise is because the E3 in this situation is the most dangerous tank. It's got a very high alpha for its gun, and it's got very high penetration for its gun. Now the E3 is pulled back, so I see this Tortoise, so I aim up and put a shot into his cupola. Now while you're side-scraping like this, you're going to get your tracks blown off often, so as long as you don't have too much of your lower plate exposed, you shouldn't be penetrated, and you should be able to wait until they come back up. Now I finish off the E3 here, but he put one into the flat front of my turret. Like I said, if you're not going to angle the turret, that's going to happen to you very often on a very regular basis. Well, this IS-7 isn't really angling his arm at all, so I've got a nice shot at his lower plate. And that one goes through. I get my tracks blown off again. They come back up. And I've got two tanks on my left flank, and I don't want them being able to shoot my weak side armor. So I re-angle, and I'm about to put one in this Tortoise when a Death Star at the back finishes him off. With him gone, I don't see the T-54 as a threat with the Death Star in that back here, so I'm about to go put one in the IS-7. That's when a heat round gets put into my lower plate. I'm assuming that's the Su-122-54, and my assumption is correct. Now, what you see there, the aim time on this gun is decent. The main equipment I would say you want to use with this tank is definitely gun rammer, a vertical stabilizer, and you've got a choice between gun laying drive and spall liner. If you're okay with the aiming time and you like to snapshot more often, I'd say go with the spall liner. If you're really concerned that your gun's not going to be able to aim in time, then go for the gun laying drive. Now this match is basically over. There's two tanks left, and I'm initially going for this IS-4, but I see the T-54 is up here. So I attempt to sneak one into him before he pulls back behind that rock, but his tank is pretty mobile, so he's able to back up. Now the nice thing with the E-100 over the mouse is this centerline mounted turret, which means, as his T-54 is about to find out, that you don't have to expose that much of your hull to get the turret around the corner. Now, one of the main weaknesses of the E-100 is when people load gold, but as long as you angle effectively and you're able to side scrape, the gold isn't going to do that much to you. And the nice thing about the E-100 compared with any other heavy tank in the game is the speed combined with the weight. You get really nice ramming potential. Now, if you're going to consistently angle your turret and you're going to do very high penetration with your shots, you don't have that many shots that either miss or bounce, you're gonna walk away with games like this a lot. Almost 5,000 damage, only missed one shot, not quite sure which shot that was. And that's really the moral of the story. If you're gonna use your gun effectively, you're gonna use your armor effectively, you're gonna have a really good time in the E-100. Thanks, guys, and I'll catch you next time.